Hi guys, welcome to this week's idea. So today's date is the 25th of July, which is a Sunday. So I'm doing this video for Monday. You'll probably see it on a Monday. So this week we're looking at the NASDAQ 100 and we're also looking at the US30. So I'm just going to be doing a quick breakdown as to what do I see, where are trading opportunities, and so on and so forth. Okay, before I jump into the chart and start everything, don't forget to subscribe guys, so that when anytime I post a new video you don't miss out on any content I post. So don't forget to subscribe. Okay, let's jump into it quickly. So we're looking at the NASDAQ now, aka NAS100, on the 1 hour time frame. I want to first go back to what happened last week before I continue to discuss as to what we can expect. So last week Friday we had a great move up. Okay, before we go any further, it's clear for us, we can see it's clear that we are on an uptrend. We are on an uptrend, meaning we are looking for buying opportunities only. We don't sell when it's on an uptrend. When market's on an uptrend, we don't sell. So you don't actually trade against the market. It's almost like when you are driving to, you can't drive to the opposite direction. The moment you drive to the opposite direction, that is when you'll maybe have an accident or something. So it's the same thing with the market. When market is going up, we're only looking for buyers. We don't look for any sales. Okay, so last week on a Friday we had this move here. Let me just draft it down. We had market going, we were looking at 15,000 as the major area that market had to break, and eventually market came to this level. It actually broke out of this level and came back for a retest. Let me just put it on 15 minutes, because I remember I said when market does a breakout, there's always going to be a pullback. Or rather a retest of the same level. Okay, let me just throw it out for you so that you can see. We had a structure like this. This was our key level, which was 15,000. Market came to this level. This was the breakout. After the breakout, we had a retest of this level. Market retested and actually went back inside. After then, it continued up. So I took my trade around this level when it started going up. This is where I took my trade, and I was out around 15,100. That was my take profit. It was a beautiful trade. It was an easy trade to take. After the breakout, I did not panic to take a trade, because usually what market likes to do is that it breaks out, then after the breakout it will move maybe 20-30 pips, then after then it will do a retest. Usually a retest will just be at this point only. Sometimes it can go further, because with NASDAQ is a very aggressive instrument. If you take a look, then if you go back again and we check why did market came down up to this point. Look at this trend line. We've got a nice beautiful trend line up. This is our trend line. When market broke out, it then came back and retested this trend line before going up. Then it went up. So that is why. So this trend line it's a very critical trend line. So we're just going to be looking at it as the week goes. And if you go back and check, we've got so many touches on this trend line. We've got one touch here, second touch, third touch, and this was the last touch. Chances are we might get another touch, maybe Monday, Tuesday, we don't know. Sometime this week, possibly it might happen. So this was our critical level, 15,000. So now we're still looking for buyers, but we're not going to buy as in like now. We'll have to wait for market to do a pullback. Market always pulls back, but market does it goes up, correct, up, correction, up, correction, and so on and so forth, until it decides maybe to go back to the opposite direction, or maybe does some kind of a consolidation or something like that. So it's the same thing that we're expecting with the NASDAQ. We're expecting NASDAQ to come back, make a pullback, maybe pull back to this critical level here, 15,000, which is a critical level. At the same time, around this point, as you can see, we have this trend line here. So chances are it might come back and pull back at this point, and from there it will continue higher. Then my next target for me will be around 15,200. After 15,200, I'm out. What I like to do with NASDAQ is that I've got my level of 1,000 every time. Level of 100. NASDAQ likes to move like 100 pips a day. If maybe it check, I've got 14,700, 14,800, 14,900, 15,000. These are the levels that I use as my take profit level. I like to use those levels because I know that NASDAQ usually moves on average 100 pips to 200 pips a day. So I like to only catch 100 pips a day, then I'm done. So this coming week we're looking for buyers. Like I said, we're just going to wait for the pullback, then we buy after the pullback. Okay, quickly let us now jump into US30, because people have been asking me about US30. Can you please do US30 for us? So I had to just try and do something on US30. So I'm just gonna quickly go to the daily time frame on US30. Let's start from a daily time frame, understand the structure. Usually with US30 and the Nas100, they actually look the same. The structures are similar. We've got a nice simple structure here. It's an uptrend as well, as you can see on the daily time frame. As you can see, we've had some touches. Every time it touches this level, it goes up, touches, goes up, touches, go up. Same here, touches, go down, touches, go down. So it's a simple structure to understand. I hope you understand the structure. Okay, so now we're looking for buyers, but now here's one thing that we need to be careful of. The same structure that we saw on NAS100. This is the same structure. Look, this was the highest point that market has formed. This was the highest point, and this point has only been touched how many times above. So practically this level is like our resistance in this point. Check, we've got a touch here, another touch, we failed to break, we came back, we are touching again. So the big question on everybody's lips now is that, are we going to break out of this level, or are we going to touch again and go back down? So this is the question. It's either we're going to go back down, touch this level, then maybe up, break out, we don't know, or we're just going to go up from this point. Maybe we're just going to break out and do like the same with NASDAQ. The same thing happened. It actually came to this point at some point. It had to break this level. So sorry, I wanted to go to the 1 hour time frame. Let's now go to 1 hour time frame quickly. Okay, on the 1 hour time frame, this is what I see. For me, if this market is going to break out of this level, this is what we can expect. We can expect market to just do a pullback to this key level. For me, this is a key level. I consider this level as a key level. It might just come back, pull back to this point, then from there up. Sorry about that. From there up it goes. Then I take my buy trade around this level, maybe around this 35,000 maybe level. I take my buy trade from there. Then it will come to this point, make the breakout. After the breakout, maybe 10-20 pips, I'm gonna be out of this trade. I'll just trade it as a short-term trade. It's going to do a pullback. Sometimes if I'm in here, it's still fine, I can still wait. It will do maybe a retest of the breakout, then continue higher. So you've got two options here, like I just showed. I'm just gonna repeat it. Market might do this, pull back to this key level, then shoot up. Again, it might not pull back exactly to this key level. Again, it might just come, continue higher, break out of this level. It might just do something like this, break out of this level, come back, retest the level, then continue high. I like to take my trades on the retest. Why? Because after the pullback, so after the breakout, usually market likes to then come back for a retest. So it's safer to take the trade on a retest. Don't stress. Don't stress. You wait for the pullback, you wait for the retest, then you take your trade. So all the best for this week, guys.